All right, we are back, guys. It's the Cover 1 post-game show brought to you by All-American Chevrolet of San Angelo. I'm here with not only just James Bellini this time, but, of course, our Bobcat expert himself, Ryan Chadwick and James Bellini. Guys, how are we doing tonight?
Oh, I'm doing great.
Doing good.
Chadwick, you were just at the Central Bobcat game. You were there from the beginning to the end. Kind of in a nutshell, how are you feeling about the Bobcats' performance tonight?
It was pretty much a dominant performance by the Bobcats in all three facets of the game: offense, defense, and special teams. Odessa High put up a bunch of points, but they run the spread. Spread's hard to stop, especially when you have a really talented receiver and a pretty decent quarterback. But the defense made the stops that they need to, and Central's offense punted once all night. So,
it was a very good game. With that, let's go ahead and just pull up some highlights from this thing. There they are. Boom. This is going to be from the first half all the way to the very end of this game. Look at that. They run these.
That was
a lot,
the first down.
Here's the first touchdown of the game, and who would have guessed if I had $1 million, you know who I would have had on for the first touchdown of this game? I would have put it on Tyler Hill, because that man right there is on fire right now, coming into the second week of district. Chadwick, there's that guy you were talking about right there. Kind of just talk about his performance tonight.
He's big, he's fast, and he can catch. He had several touchdowns like that, so he was a handful.
It was just another easy one right there for the Bobcats. You know, they kind of got scored on by that play, and then they go out there and score on almost the same exact play, just an RPO read right there, right up the gut.
That was Jacob English there. He's been hurt. He's healthy again.
Oh, yeah, we heard from Coach Crane tonight, and we'll show you guys here in a little bit. He talked about that injury, and it looks like he's 100% ready to go.
He's a 6'6" receiver. For that Odessa guy's 6'6". I didn't realize that.
Bobcats had a good time on the ground tonight. Also, they passed it pretty good, but I'm telling you, their ground and pound game was very special tonight. Chadwick, when you saw them run the ball, they had those multiple 20-plus yard runs. You know, that's not something that we're used to seeing from the Bobcats unless you're Tyler Hill. You know?
Right? Yeah, it's usually Tyler making those runs, but tonight it was all Tyree Brawley, Javion Robinson, and Aiden Barone.
Here's one exactly what I'm talking about right here. Boom, smashes into that guy, gets a block. Look at this block right here from the receiver up there at the top. That's how you get yourself a scholarship right there. Receivers that can block. But the Odessa Broncos, though, they did not get stick. I mean, they played this thing all the way to the very end. I mean, I know they kind of got blown out in the back half, but they were still looking to score through this whole thing. There's another backdoor right there.
That was Kevon Rice's second touchdown of the night.
Beautiful pass.
There's another look at it right there. Man, snuck it in there right behind him.
The accuracy is what I was most excited about. The throw was on time and the catch was made.
Look at that big strip right there by the Signal Cats. That is
Darius
crazy.
Floyd.
That was a heck of a fundamental play right there. The first man already grabs him up. You go and strip that football. There's a touchdown right there by the Bobcats.
Great game.
All right. Oh, with
right
a hit stick on that one. Here we go. Odessa's going to try to punch it in, and they got down at the 1 yard line. Did they end up scoring in that one? Or they think that was fourth down?
They did. Bobcats were offside, so they got to rerun this play right here. Yeah, they're offsides in this play.
I saw Coach Crane out there. Was he trying? Were they sub somebody? Is that what they were trying to?
Yeah, well, Odessa High ran hurry up, and usually that means the Bobcats would usually get to sub out, but since they ran hurry up, they just didn't have to. They didn't have to wait.
Okay.
And so there's the
22 just
play after that, after the offsides, and they scored. What time is the clock of this, you think, right now?
Probably about 8 minutes left in the game right here.
So I think you said it was about 7 minutes. We had a quarterback change for the Bobcats. Ben Emler came in and was able to run the offense a little bit, got him down there in scoring range, and look at that, popped off another one, touchdown for the Cats.
Yeah, that was the last drive that Tyler Hill was in.
Under the Friday night lights. Been 3 for the Cougars.
There we go. Long ball. What a snag right there, dude. Just completely monstered the kid. What you said, what, he's 6'6"?
Yep, 6'6", double covered, don't matter.
Golly, wouldn't you like to have somebody like that?
All right, I apologize. This was the
There
last
was the
time.
last one, yeah, by Tyler Hill right there. Started with one, ended with a touchdown there. I mean, he probably had 4 or 5 in this one on his between him and his throws.
That was a 4th down play right there. Bobcats offense took over after that.
Yeah, no interception on that one. Bobcats take it over, and they win tonight. What was the final score of that one, guys?
57-34 Bobcats.
All right, 57-34. Big win tonight for the Bobcats. We're 2-0 now, and believe it or not, we'll go through some scores here in a little bit, but with Midland Legacy beating Odessa Permian tonight, this sets San Angelo Central in the #1 spot, tied with the Friendship Tigers in the Little Southwest Conference. With that, Blaney, what do you think? Is there a chance that San Angelo Central might be taking home a district championship this year?
I mean, anything's possible, right? I mean, you got to have that mentality every week. You know, like Coach Crane said, I'm sure we'll get to that interview. You just take it 1 week at a time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
what do you think, Chadwick? I don't want to jinx it, but you know, when you get that 2-0, you're already starting to eye something that's right there. You can grab it.
I'm not going to lie, that ground game from the Bobcats is going to be really hard to stop. The offensive line continues to get better every week, and that's another thing that I asked Coach Crane about tonight, and he was nothing but complimentary towards his offensive line. We'll see next week when they take on Midland Legacy. That's going to be the real gut check. If we play well against them, then yes, I'd say we do have a shot at taking the district title this year.
Well, right now we've just beaten, usually the 2 small guys in the Little Southwest Conference, but 2 wins are 2 wins, and especially if they're in a row. We're going to get to the Kevin Crane interview, but first, at All-American Chevrolet right now, it is truck season. And right now, during truck season, you can get $1,000 in accessory allowance towards the purchase of a new Chevy Silverado HD with eligible accessories, or you can just take that $1,000 and get a cash allowance. Now, I'll remind you, these are on new 2022 Chevy Silverado 1500 HDs. But you got to see the dealer for details. Go see the guys at All-American Chevrolet, the fun place to buy a car. All right, guys, moving on. We're going to go ahead and get to this head coach Kevin Crane's interview. Here it is, with him and with Ryan Chadwick.
All right, I got head coach Kevin Crane after another big win tonight, 57-34. Coach, y'all are 2-0 in district now. How real is going for that district title looking now?
Yeah, we're really just focused on one at a time. That's really all you can do. And we took care of the first 2, and I'm proud of our kids. I thought it was a total team effort tonight. All 3 sides of the ball rose to the occasion: offense, defense, special teams. And we're going to celebrate this one like crazy for 24 hours, and then flip the script to next week's game.
Coach, talk about your offensive line a little bit tonight, because y'all completely controlled time of possession. The ground game was working all night. All 3 running backs plus Tyler Hill, that y'all all had wide open lanes to run through. What do you have to say about the big boys?
Yeah, proud of those guys. I think as a group, those guys have gotten better each and every week. We're playing some pretty good football right now. It's a credit to our offensive line coaches, Coach Crossweight and Coach Rogers. Those are their unit. That's their unit. And they got them playing pretty good right now. Obviously, it all starts up front. So, if we can continue to control the line of scrimmage, then, that's a good thing for the Bobcats.
In your receiving core, Kevon Rice, Jaden Gibson, and of course, Jacob English had big nights tonight. Is Jacob feeling better? Is that ankle good?
Yeah, he's progressively gotten better, and, he's feeling pretty good, and he's obviously an explosive receiver, and anytime they try to cover him one-on-one, people are going to have a hard time staying with him just because he's so fast. But anyway, proud of all of our receivers tonight. Sometimes some get more targets than the others. Sometimes somebody gets hotter than somebody else, but as a unit, those guys are playing really good, and we're able to rotate them and keep them fresh.
Okay, Coach, now on the defensive side of the ball, of course, it's always tough stopping an explosive offense that runs the spread really well. What did you say to your secondary after giving up a couple big touchdowns in the first half?
Yeah, just got to do your job better, really. I mean, we didn't make any adjustments or change schemes or anything like that. Obviously, number 1's a really good player for them, and we have to, pay attention to him everywhere he was at, and sometimes have 2 people that cover him. And so, I thought overall he got some plays, but he's done that all year and did a pretty good job of limiting that as much as possible. And then, obviously the quarterback was a good runner. And so anytime you got to, devote 2 to one person, that opens up some other things. And I felt like our defense did a good job rallying and making some plays.
All right, Coach, last thing. Next week, we're heading into play Midland Legacy. It's another big game, district champion last year. Is there anything that y'all specifically need to work on this week, or are you just going to continue to improve?
Yeah, we got room to improve everywhere, all across the board, and that's certainly what we're going to try to do this week is, take another step. And so just keep getting better, keep chopping wood. There's no magic formula, there's no magic pill, and we just got to continue to improve as a team.
All right, congratulations, Coach. Enjoy this one.
Thank you.
That's right. All we got to do is just keep on chopping, get better every single week. I like that saying right there. Guys, first of all, Chadwick, you gave the interview, so I'm going to ask you first. What did you get from the interview that you didn't know before the Bobcats beforehand?
Really just how much that Crane believes that the team has improved. I mean, we see it every week, but to hear confirmation from the coaches, I'm like, yeah, these guys are continuing to get better. They're playing better and better every week. That is a recipe for success. That's how you know that towards the end of the season, when if your team continues to progress like this, you're ready to play playoff football. That's when you're polished. That's when you're not going to have mental mistakes and all that. And tonight, for example, the Bobcats had another 0 turnover game, and not to mention they also had two takeaways as well. So.
And James, what about you? What kind of confidence level do you think that these 2 wins in a row have brought the confidence level for the Bobcats up?
I think it's huge. These are 2 district games. These are 2 games that mean a lot. And he talked about the offensive line. You don't get a lot of love. They're not skilled guys. They don't score touchdowns. They don't get a whole lot of, Usually when you're calling out an offensive lineman, it's usually because there's a hole, there's something bad happening. But he's sitting there saying, hey, we're praising our offensive line. If you look at their stats, we have them up here. When they rush for over 300 yards, they're winning football games there at Central. Yeah. So you keep that offensive line pushing. I don't know what else we expected him to say there at the end. Just get better every week. That's that coach mentality is. Well, that's exactly what's got to happen.
The cover one man in me wish he would have just said, "We're going to go beat them." You know what I'm saying? But he can't. He's got to just do it. He's got to keep that level head so that the Bobcats can keep their level head. I'll tell you what. One thing that with the Bobcats has always been is the offensive line is not the biggest that you'll see in some of these 6A teams, and that's just how it is. We just something I guess in the water down here. I don't know, but you just don't get those 6'7" guys who are 400 pounds. You don't get anything close to that. You're going to get normal-sized people who have to go in there, be rough and tough, be aggressive, be gritty, be fundamentally sound, and not be scared to hit some people in the mouth. And I think what they showed tonight is those people that they know that they can run over, they're going to run over. I mean, I don't know. That's just me.
Well, it's also a testament to the strength and conditioning program during the offseason, too, because even though that offensive line isn't the biggest, they are strong, right? Yeah. Tyler Hill wasn't sacked tonight again. This is probably the third time this season that's happened when he drops back to pass. And if you see running lanes being opened up like that, then that's usually how you know. They're strong.
I'm in. I really am, and I think that they kind of showed that this week, and I guess only time will tell what will happen next week. But next week we go to Midland, or we're here.
No, we go to Midland.
So we go to Midland. We're going to Grande. We got to play Midland Legacy.
It's Astound Broadband Stadium now.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's not Grande. The former Grande. I guess they got to change everything. Cancel culture. No, but seriously though, they got to go to Midland Legacy. So we will see how they fare against probably one of the better opponents that they're going to have in the little Southwest Conference. All right, so moving on to our next game. But before we do, I want to let you guys know about this man right here, and his name is Davis Woodfin. He's a financial advisor at Edward Jones. He's making sense of financing. He's making sense of investing. He is a financial advisor at 4201 South Jackson. You can give him a call at 325-249-0082. That's Davis Woodfin, financial advisor at Edward Jones. He's making sense of He's making sense of investing. I did it twice. Not going to do it again. Davis Woodfin from Edward Jones, making sense of investing, financial advisor, 4102 South Jackson, or give him a call, 325-249-0082. 0082. Moving on, guys, to our next game. We're gonna stay in Tom Green County, and we're gonna go out to Cristobal. And with that, here is Ernesto Rodriguez.
Good evening, everyone. This is Ernesto Rodriguez for San Angelo Live and Cover1. We are about to get ready for tonight's kickoff between the Cristobal Cougars and, of course, the Ozona Lions, as we are back in Cristobal here at Jack Party Stadium looking for a great game. Both teams have a similar record. One is 3-3, and they're at 500, which is going to be Cristobal Cougars. And of course, the Ozona Lions are 2-4, trying to stay alive here, as this is a district game. And the fans are here from Ozona. Cristobal fans are coming in. Band's getting ready. Everybody's getting excited. We should see a great matchup tonight here in Cristobal under the Friday night lights. And 3 for the Cougars. And their side of the field, hands it off. To the left, he's got room. He's not been touched. He was touched. Here he goes. He's taking it to the house for a Cougar touchdown for the Cougars. Low snap, takes it, runs with it, and he breaks the plane for a touchdown here in Cristobal. Up 13-10 here. Lions trying to convert. Drops back to throw. And it looks like it's intercepted by Cristobal. It is halftime, everyone, here in Cristobal. Currently, the Ozona marching band is on the field with their halftime performance. The score is 13-0, Cristobal on top at home. We've got a good turnout here on the visitor section as the fans travel really well. Would probably like the score to be a little different, but as it is right now, it is halftime. And so far, it has been all Cristobal. There have been some fourth down conversions by the Lions, but they just have not been able to get it in the end zone. They did have a 1st and goal early in the first quarter, but it was not, they were not able to make it. They got stopped, and then at the end of the second half, they did go for it again on 4th down, and they were at the 12-yard line of Cristobal and did not punch it in, or were not able to get it in at all. So here we are, 13-0 at the half, and Ozona go inside and make their adjustments. I'm sure Cristobal will as well. So we'll see what happens if anything comes close to this, or if it stays the same. Complete pass with 5:25 to go here in the third. Cristobal is going to go ahead and kick it. It goes over the punter's head, and it's going to be a safety. So it looks like the first points for Ozona are due to a bad snap. It's currently 13-2. A big first down play. Cougars were able to punch it in. It is 19-2, and it is now time for the extra point. Looks like they're going for 2 here. Takes it inside. Not a lot of resistance, and they converted the 2 points, so it's 21-2. Cristobal. Got 7 minutes here and 1 second in the fourth quarter. After an incomplete pass, it's now 3rd and 23 for the Lions. So far, haven't been able to do too much on the ground. Quarterback drops back, and he looks to his right. He's hit, and it's intercepted by the Cougars. After that play, Cristobal has excellent field position here in the fourth quarter. Minutes and 20 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. It is 4th and 10 at the 15-yard line for Ozona. So it looks like if they don't convert here, they only have 1 timeout left. This would be their last offensive play. Quarterback is in shotgun. He drops back to throw, and it's incomplete. And that will probably do it for the Lions, as Cristobal takes over at the 15, and all they've got to do is run this clock. There we go. The clock is at 0. Cristobal with the win here at Jack Party Memorial Stadium. Finished this game 21-2. Managed to keep the Lions out of the end zone the entire game. Ozona got close, but they just never could put it in. And as you can see, the players congratulating each other regardless of who wins or loses. That's what this is all about. This is Friday Night Lights, Cover1 and Angelo live. Ozona showed up, but they did not score anything except for that safety, which was a result of a botched punt. It was all Cristobal tonight, 21-2, and this is Ernesto signing out for San Angelo Live.
Thank you, Ernesto. Always got to love it. Great content there when Ernesto is on the field because, he's just going to give you exactly how it is. And that's what we've seen tonight with the Cristobal Cougars winning this game 21-2. James, you are a former Cristobal Cougar. So let's start with you. What'd you see from this game? What'd you like?
Good evening, everyone.
That's
This is
not
Ernesto
you.
Rodriguez
Sorry.
for San.
Go for it. My fault.
It's all about the offensive line. It's all about the running game. It's all about pounding teams into the ground, using your running backs. That's what it's about. They got an experienced offensive line. We talked to Otho before the season started, and he talked about Nikolai Nelson, Brock Ratliff. Those guys, they're big, they're mean. They got mean running backs. That's Cristobal football now.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Not only do they have mean running backs, but it looks like they got some chonk back there. I mean, they're running that ball with some boys who could play fullback, man. Those guys are running hard right downhill and right into people, and they definitely got in the end zone more than once. Chadwick, what did you see in that highlight?
I mean, I'm just excited to see a little bit more ground and pound out of Otho, So typically, like in the past couple seasons, we've seen Cristobal be more of a spread. We have a quarterback who just scramble around, find an open receiver, and chunk it deep, right? But
Ed Braden Wilcox.
Exactly, yeah. So like it's nice to see a little bit of a changing of the guard, I guess. But yeah, like as y'all said, they got two big physical running backs, and they put their heads down and just run downhill. And as a defender, like if you're getting hit in the mouth like that over and over, you're not going to want to do that all game. So like
get that Marshawn Lynch type.
Exactly, exactly. So I can see that especially as it gets colder and colder, I can see that working well for them if they go deep into the playoffs this year.
Well, now I think that moves them keeps them undefeated in district play.
Yeah, they're 2-0 in district.
They beat Anthony last week, and then with this win, it gets them. They're pretty much holding on to that top spot too, kind of the same position as Central was. So it's looking good to be in Cristobal. Now, mind you, there are some more people in that district. So, James, do you have any updates from the rest of the teams in that district?
Sonora and Reagan County played. I think Reagan County won that one.
Yeah, they did 24-20.
Reagan County won.
That one.
Forsan traveled out to Anthony's. A whole day and a half away. I don't know how far it is. 7 hours, something like that.
Basically New Mexico.
Basically New Mexico. And they won. Forsan beat Anthony. So I think Forsan's 2-0 as well. Other than that, that's still a tough district. You got Forsan, Cristobal, Sonora. I know Sonora.
Sonora dropped though tonight, and that was a big one. Not a lot of people were expecting that one. If I would have had the pick'ems, I think all of us here at the office might have rocked with Sonora with that one. Not that Reagan County has a bad ball club, but we've seen some good things from the Broncos this year. But tonight, they just kind of fell short. Final score was 24-20 in that one. You guys, we're going to move into some scores here, but before we do, I want to let you guys know about Angelo Bolt. Angelo Bolt is where you can go to get everything you need when it comes to fixing things up, whether it's your nuts, your bolts, your screws, whatever you need, or if you're looking for power tools. They have brands like Milwaukee and DeWalt down there as well. So go see the guys at Angelo Bolt. They're at 808 Warehouse Road. Got to go see them, guys. Love those guys at Angelo Bolt. All right, guys, moving into some scores, and we are going to start with a close one out of Lakeview's district. That is Lubbock Estacado versus Andrews. Lubbock Estacado is up, and I don't know if that's final yet, but right now, 36-35. Very close game there. Moving on, McCamey Water Valley, 54-0. McCamey wins that one. Brady and Early, 41-27. Early's takes that one as well. Midland Legacy, Odessa Permian, guys. Right after this, we are going to have the highlights for you guys. This was a barn burner that you're not going to want to miss. We have all the highlights. We were there in Ratliff, and we are working on getting those to you right after this segment right here. So stay tuned. Heads up though, Legacy wins 33, Odessa Permian 25. Midland versus Friendship, 42, Midland 38. It was a very close one there. Chadwick, did you say that they won on the last second score on that one?
Friendship defended a last-second attempt of a score by Midland. But, yeah, it was a slant, final seconds of the game, and Friendship knocked it down to hang on.
All right, so final score in that one, 42-38, Friendship wins. Anthony and Forsan, 37-0. Forsan takes that one. Reagan County and Sonora, we were just talking about this district. Reagan County 24, Sonora 21. Ira Ann and Wink, 56-14, Wink. Cristobal, Ozona, we showed you clips from this one, 21-2, Cristobal. Mason Johnson City, 29-17, Mason. Abilene TLCA and Roscoe, 64-12. Roscoe wins that one. Robert Lee and Very Best, the Steers won that one, 54-8. Robert Lee takes it. Miles and Hamlin, 28-0. Miles. Harper Junction, this was a close one, 22-20. Fourth quarter score, Junction is up, and that one may be final as well. San Angelo TLCA and Grape Creek, 32-0. The Eagles win their third game of the season. And that one, I guess I shouldn't say Eagles, they're both Eagles, but the San Angelo TLCA Eagles won that one. Paint Rock and Holy Cross, 53-38, Holy Cross. Wall and Ballinger, 36-0, Wall Hawks win. Albany and Cross Plains, 56-0. Erie County and Eden, 78-0. Here we go. Evan and Oldsby, 72-16. Oldsby. Lakeview and Brownwood, 60-13. Sterling City wins on a forfeit. And, of course, the San Angelo Bobcats win 57-34. Those are our scores right there. You can go check out those scores plus some more on SanAngeloLive.com/scores. James, what you got?
We got Andrew's update. It's 36-36. About 16 minutes ago, it was 36-36, about 4 minutes to play. And about 7 minutes ago, it just tweeted out that the Mustangs defense forced a punt. It was Mustang ball on their own 10. That's the closest update we have right now. We will keep trying to get updates throughout the show. Maybe we get something before the end of the show here.
Look at that,
Yeah, that's
don't count them out yet.
Don't count them out just yet. But like you said, they're in Lakeview's district. Lakeview took a loss last night. Pretty stunning loss. They got kind of shredded there by.
But let's not take any away from the fact that Brownwood is an incredibly talented football team.
Absolutely. They were ranked a couple weeks ago.
Top 10 in the state, so
right.
They kind of put it on Lakeview, but I mean.
So who do we think is going to win that district? Is it going to be the winner of this Estacado game or what?
I think it might be Brownwood, to be honest with you. I mean,
Brownwood, like me and James both were at that game last night, and just from what I saw, Brownwood's very talented, and I'm not taking anything away from Lakeview, but I know how good Andrews is as well. So, it's probably either going to be Andrews or Brownwood, but never count out the boys from Lubbock. They got a big talent pool to pull from. So,
well, I promise you, those boys in Lubbock Estacado are very fast. So you better be ready for them when they show up because things can get out of hand in a hurry. All right, guys, I promised the audience that we would have this, and we got it. We finally got the clips in. Here they are. It is Odessa Permian taking on Midland Legacy. We were there at the game. And don't forget, guys, all of this is brought to you by All-American Chevrolet. All-American Chevrolet of San Angelo. Right now, it is truck season. You can get an amazing truck just like this one, the 2022 Chevrolet Silverado HD. And now during truck season, you get $1,000 accessory allowance towards the purchase of a new Chevrolet Silverado HD with eligible accessories. Or check this out, you could even just get a $1,000 total cash bonus allowance on all new 2022 Chevy Silverado 1500 HD. But you got to go see the guys down there for the details. So go and check them out at All American Chevrolet of San Angelo. Guys, are y'all ready to get into these highlights for Midland Legacy and Odessa Permian?
I'm excited. Let's do it.
I'm looking forward to it.
Let's do it. Let's check it out. All right, here we go. Just a little run to the outside. Man, look at that, already hitting each other hard. These boys came to play tonight, guys.
There's a flag.
Deep balls. Oh.
Davila.
Was that a pick?
I'm not sure. That
looks kind of chippy just from these couple plays.
Yep, they called that a pick. Wow.
Man. So Odessa Permian has the ball with a little pitch right here. Fumbles it, scoops it up. Oh, man, Midland Legacy's got to take advantage of these. When Odessa Permian ever gets a turnover, you have to take advantage of it, especially in these rivalry games. I promise you, this stadium is sold out. Here we go. Davia throws it up, comes down with it. Does he catch it? Let's go. Touchdown, Midland Legacy Rebels.
Saunier, I think. Deontay Saunier.
Man, this looks like a chippy game, too.
These guys have no love lost here. Oh, there it is, the option out. Stiff arm, but no way. Wow, look at that. That's almost a safety right there, guys. This Midland Legacy Rebel defense, this ain't the same one we saw last week. There is the safety. Wow. That's scary looking right there. Takes the snap, looks it down the field, chunks it up, finds his man again. No interception. Took it right out of his hands, right down the sideline, goes out of bounds. Permian takes over with the ball, throws it up. Catch, what a catch right there. Diving catch right there on the 2-3 yard line. Permian throws it up again. Man, they're just playing jump ball, but this time it's a Midland Legacy Rebel that pulls it down.
So this really turned into a defensive battle. It seems like it would have been the opposite, but we've already seen, what, 5 turnovers?
Yeah. All right. We've seen at least 3 interceptions and a fumble. This is once again that same play that we saw earlier.
Does Permian didn't use that that much, do they? They're more of
No, they're more of a triple
here's
option.
Another
to
look
me.
at that. Here's another look at that interception.
I wish I was there.
Right.
Yeah, this
I
place
was
is
there.
probably rocking. Look how many people are in the stands. There's a million people there. Takes the snap, looking down the sideline, throws it. Another interception by Permian. This game was a game of turnovers. This one, he's going to probably take it all the way. No, he doesn't, but he gets it about the 4 yard line. Let's see how he scored. Nope, we're going to see how Permian scores, I guess. Let's see. Oh, a little reverse action here, right down the sideline, makes one miss, and he's just going to walk in for that one. This game was tight the whole ride. I think at halftime it was a 1-score ball game. There's another interception by Permian. Good Lord. He might have had 5 interceptions this game. I guess they took that loss to Friendship personally, so you ain't going to throw it on me anymore. Midland Legacy with a little dump-off pass right there. He's going to score.
Looks like that was on 4th down, too.
Wow. What a game. There's the long ball. Finds him. Did he catch it, though? I think he did. Guys, do we have a final score for that one?
Yes, Midland Legacy wins that one 33-25.
All right, 33-25. They went all the way down to the wire. Shout out to Isaiah Garza. He's our Odessa Midland Permian Basin expert down there. Always bringing us in the good film. So shout out to Isaiah Garza on that one, guys. Okay, kind of put this. Let's not talk about Central at all. Let's talk strictly about this one. What did you guys think about this Battle of the Basin?
I think it might have been kind of sloppy on offense. Turnover after turnover after turnover. It looked kind of chippy, too. I think these two teams don't like each other very much.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be really hard to not talk about the Bobcats here. But tonight, what you saw was 2 teams who obviously don't like each other. It kind of looked like Legacy was stuffing Permian's run game, and because you never see the Panthers throw the ball that much, and you could tell that they're not used to throwing the ball that much. So, if anything, this has exposed a couple weaknesses in the Panthers' offensive scheme. So, look for their head coaches to work on that moving forward. Yeah, and Matt, I am going to bring the Bobcats into that.
Wait, I will give you a chance.
All right.
I was just going to say, all right, now let's stop and now let's bring it back. Let's talk, the Bobcats got to go down there next week and they got to play this team that has looked terrible at some points against Friendship and then amazing like we saw tonight. What are we thinking? I mean, we can throw the ball better than, Permian can, but I mean, are we going to be able to do anything against that Midland Legacy defense?
I think it's going to end up being a track meet between Legacy and Central. Central's strong suit is definitely its offense. So if they can successfully run the ball, which is going to be a hard task in itself, in and of itself, because of what happened to Permian tonight. Permian's at home. Their run game gets stuffed. They fall just a little bit behind, and they just start throwing picks, right?
Yeah.
With that being said, I think Tyler Hill is a much better passer than what Permian's got out there.
For sure.
Yeah. So, like, if it turns into something where the Bobcats have to revert to their old selves from a couple years ago and just sling the ball all over the place, I still think Tyler Hill's capable of putting up 300-400 passing yards in a game as well.
Yeah.
But it's going to be difficult because Midland Legacy is fast. They'll hit you right in the mouth, and so it's just going to come down to who can score.
And James, when, like he said, it may come down to who can score. Are you thinking maybe that next week against Midland Legacy that the Bobcats is going to be like who can score last, like we've seen many times this year so far?
I mean, I certainly hope not. I certainly hope that Central can look and say, hey, we got to play good defense. They had a couple good plays on defense this game, and you had Darius Floyd stepping up and stripping the ball. I'd like to look more into just the Permian game. I'd like to see what really went on. I'd like to kind of get in there and look at their stats and just see what really happened. Because that's kind of really kind of tell, where's this Midland Legacy team at? Where's this Permian team at?
Right. With that being said, though, like Central's been in a track meet in almost every game they've played this season, right?
Yeah, of course.
So, tonight was the first night that they've won decisively, right? Like,
right.
Central
Even
never
against
Trailed.
Midland, there were points in that Midland game where it was kind of like that,
Yeah.
Where we didn't know for a second,
And even at the end, it was a 3-point.
So, I mean, I'm of the mind, if it turns into a track meet, Central's been doing this all season. I would even give the advantage to San Angelo if this does turn into a track meet. That's something that Legacy might not be as prepared for.
I'm in for that, because when Legacy gives up points like they did against Tascosa, they get smeared. So, I mean, if they give up points, it looks like they're going to be, on the other end of that. What you got, James?
Well, we saw it last week when Friendship went up early and often against Legacy. They were defeated. It took we saw DeVito get stripped, and he just threw his hands up.
Stood there.
He just threw his hands up. He was like, he had no idea what to do at that point.
So maybe we do these right here. We beat them right here. A little mental toughness. Huh?
That's what it's going to take.
That's one thing that I can say about what Coach Crane and the other coaches have done for this Bobcats unit. Because every game has been this close, they are mentally tough. Each game has gone deep into the fourth quarter, including a game in overtime. So they've won off a Hail Mary. They did lose that game in overtime, but if anything, it just makes you more mentally tough.
I'm in. All right, guys. Remember, this show is brought to you by Double Dave's Pizza. Right now, the pizza of the month is the Slow Burn. It's on all October. The Slow Burn has hand-tossed original crust, red sauce, ricotta, fresh mozzarella, pepperoni, diced jalapenos, and Mike's Hot Honey. I'm telling you guys, you got to go try this one out. It's at Double Dave's. They're in the Southwest Plaza on the corner of Knickerbocker and Sunset. Guys, this has been a really fun week, but we got one last thing to do. Let's talk about our final thoughts. Let's start with you, Chadwick. What are your final thoughts for the night?
Just want to say congratulations again to Coach Kevin Crane and the rest of the Bobcats. This is the first game that I've truly felt like y'all have taken a major step forward. Every facet of the game, y'all were dominant. The offense continues to improve every week, and the defense continues to step up when it matters. So enjoy this one, guys. There's a big game next week. I don't think that we should let the pressure get to y'all at all. But just keep playing like y'all are playing, and I think that y'all have a chance of beating them.
Yeah, there's no pressure. Nothing's on the line yet. You still got 3 or 4 more weeks, so just sweat it out a little bit. James?
Cristobal, congratulations. I know you came into district on a 2-game losing streak, and then you had your bye week, and you had to get things right. Got it right against Anthony, got it right tonight. And the district's wide open. You're as good as anybody in that district at this point. Keep playing hard. Other than that, congratulations to Wall. They won tonight, of course. 38-0.
33-0.
33-0,
right?
something like that. Yeah. Congratulations. Just good week of football.
It was a good week of football. For my final thought, it's just been a thought that I've been kind of having. Is a lot of these Concho Valley teams, we're kind of split. I think this may not be more than the Concho Valley, but in the Concho Valley specifically, we're kind of split. We either run the ball or we run the spread. Now, if you look at the teams that decide to run the spread and throw the ball every play, and you look at the teams that decide to run the ball every play, look at the records. Compare, see what we got. And I think, if anything, tonight we saw that Cristobal, when you decide to run the ball, you win football games. And I think Central, when you decide to run the ball, you win football games. Wallhawks always run the ball, always win football games. So maybe, let's just keep running the football. Y'all in?
Oh yeah, I'm
Absolutely.
in for that.
Absolutely.
All right, guys.
Keep running the ball.
Yeah, I'm in. Was it run the damn ball?
Yep.
Come on,
Hey.
coach, run the damn ball.
Maybe Lakeview needs. Hey, they got Ricky Ramirez back. He had a good
Yeah.
game. You know, maybe you could turn out a couple wins.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm sorry.
Maybe it couldn't have been 60-6. Maybe it could have been.
It was 60-13.
All right, my fault.
I'm
But it
sorry,
could have been a
Lakeview,
little bit better.
if you
Maybe
didn't like
just
my
ran the
write-up.
clock.
I'm sorry, Lakeview, if you didn't like my write-up. I'm sure Brownwood loved my write-up.
There you go. Well, guys, speaking of write-ups, go ahead and go to Sanjo Live right after this, and you'll get Ryan Chadwick's write-up of the Central Bobcats. Also, just be on the lookout for James. He's pumping them out all week, getting you previewed and everything, and also wrapping you up from the week before. This is the COVER1 halftime or post-game show. We have a pre-game show, we have a halftime show, and a post-game show every Friday at 4, 8, and 10 o'clock. So come on and join us. I know tonight we started a little bit late. Games ran a little late, so we were trying to get us highlights as quick as possible. We want to shout out to our video guys this week: Ernesto Rodriguez, Joe Hyde, and of course Isaiah Garza out there in the Permian Basin. This COVER1 show is brought to you by All American Chevrolet, as well as the Autoplex, Angelo Bolt, Edward Jones, Team in Investings, and Double Dave's Pizza. For all of us here at San Angelo Live, we thank you for watching, and we will see you guys next week.